let's see, an is negative 1 to the n times n cubed plus 2 to the negative n all over 3n cubed plus 4 to the negative n. Now remember that this thing here, this 2 to the negative n, this is 1 over 2 to the n. And 4 to the negative n is 1 over 4 to the n. So I'm just going to put those in there. Let's see, this is 1 over 2 to the n, 1 over 4 to the n. Now think about what happens as n gets large, right? As n gets large, 1 over 2 to the n gets really small. And 1 over 4 to the n gets really small as well. So taking only the dominant terms, we have negative 1 to the n times n cubed and 3n cubed. And now these n cubes can cancel. And we have negative 1 to the n over 3. All right, so I'll put that in here. Give myself a little room. And so whatever happens with this sequence also happens with this sequence in terms of the limit. So whatever happens with the limit of this one is the same as whatever happens with the limit of this one. And so now we'll investigate the limit of this one right here. To investigate that, a nice way to wrap your head around what's going on with that thing is to make a table. So let's do that. We've got n and negative 1 to the n over 3. Okay, so let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this will keep going on and on. So negative 1 to the first power, that's negative 1. So this is going to be negative 1/3. Negative 1 squared is positive 1. So this is going to be positive 1/3. And you can see to an odd power, you get negative 1/3. To an even power, you get positive 1/3. And that goes on and on and on, like that forever and ever. So what does this thing look like? So let's see, here's 1/3. So here's negative 1/3. Let's say here we are at 1. At 1, let's see, we were at negative 1/3. At 2, we were at positive 1/3. At 3, we were at negative 1/3. 4, up there, 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 and there. And this just keeps on like this forever. So you can see that this sequence doesn't ever narrow in on a particular number. So it does not converge. So the limit does not exist. So what we'd say is from all of this here that this thing doesn't exist. So that means that the limit as n approaches infinity of an over bn does not exist. And as far as determining which sequence goes to infinity faster, that doesn't really even make sense. So we can't do that. This thing doesn't exist.